Last night, President Obama gave his final State of the Union address while in office, his 7th address to Congress.
Congressman Bruce Westerman joins us live from Washington to talk more about the speech. Congressman, thank you for joining us today. Tell us your overall thoughts, and I also want you to comment on something. Last night after the State of the Union, you were quoted saying the president has stopped trying. Why do you say this?
Well, good morning, Mallory. Good morning, Aaron, from our nation's capital. It's good to be with you early today. You know, as I watched the State of the Union address last night, I found myself asking myself, how much of this can I believe? Because the words sounded pretty good, but the actions of the president over the past years that he's been in office, I don't think correspond with the things that he was saying. He talked about working with Congress. He talked about separation of powers, but his actions have shown just the opposite of that with his executive orders and with the rules that his agency puts out that are in contradiction to what the will of the Congress is. He does a lot of stuff talking about gun control. He does a lot of stuff talking about safety, but his actions on safety and security of our country, I don't think add up with the words that he spoke last night. So, you know, it sounded good, but the actions behind what he said, I'm not sure how much substance is there.
The thing that President Obama has been adamant about is gun violence and gun safety. What are your thoughts on what should be done, if anything, to find a way to protect Arkansans? And especially, what do you think of what President Obama is saying to fix this issue?
Aaron, he's put some executive orders out that really didn't have a lot of substance to them on gun control. Every time this president talks about infringing on people's Second Amendment rights, what we've seen is that Americans go out en masse and they buy more guns and more ammunition. If you want to look for one highlight in his economic policy or what's happened with the economy under his tenure, is we've seen a tremendous increase in gun and ammunition sales. We've seen manufacturers boost production. We have more guns in America now than we have people, and he just doesn't seem to get the part about these rights shall not be infringed. And I think the response of the American people to when he starts talking about gun control shows just how people feel about having their Second Amendment rights infringed upon.
Congressman, very quickly, your thoughts on President Obama's statements fixing a broken immigration system. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I think he's part of the problem of the broken immigration system. That's part of the security issue, whether it's immigrants or refugees. The president seems to have gone out on his own. He doesn't want to work with Congress. We passed the Syrian Refugee Act back before Christmas. This was a bill simply saying that the FBI has to verify if these refugees are safe to come into our country. He's pushed back on that. He pushes back on any kind of sensible enforcement of immigration laws, which again is contrary to what he talked about working with Congress and about separation of powers.
Congressman Westerman, thank you so much. Live from Washington, D.C., Bruce Westerman, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you so much. Coming up in about an hour on the Today Show, hear more on how Republicans and Democrats are reacting to the State of the Union address. That is coming up on Today. Also, they'll be talking to Governor Nikki Haley, who gave last night's Republican rebuttal. You don't want to miss that. 5:52.